and welcome to Doctor Speak at Naturefit. And this is a doctor series where we try to interact with the doctors who are on our platform. We try to take a topic which is relevant and people would like to know more about it. Today, our topic is healing blood pressure with homeopathy. So, we all understand, we are all hearing so many lifestyle disorders all around us. BP ho gaya, diabetes ho gaya, thyroid ho gaya, all of these fall in the category of lifestyle disorders. And we have also understood that alternative therapies like homeopathy and Ayurveda work, miraculously on lifestyle disorders. To understand this more, we are going to today interact with Dr. Rashmi Anand. Dr. Rashmi Anand is a homeopathy doctor with an experience of 10 years in the field of homeopathy. She practices at Kinesha Homeopathy Clinic at Pimple Nilak in Pune, Maharashtra. And if you want to consult with her, you can always come directly to her clinic, or you can consult her through online through Naturefit website as well. Naturefit is basically a platform, a digital platform, a mobile app, which basically aggregates or gets you closer to all these doctors who are practicing Ayush therapies, which is primarily your homeopathy, Ayurveda, yoga. So the concept is it's your one place for everything natural. You can connect with the doctors, you can buy products, you can analyze your own health with tools. So that's the whole concept that we are here with on Naturefit. So we will welcome Dr. Rashmi Anand today to this podcast. And what we would like to hear from you before we get into the question answers, a very quick background of how homeopathy and why homeopathy.
Yeah, hi, good evening. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak about homeopathy because we as a homeopath would love to spread the knowledge and would love people to join into and take the benefit of our pathy. So homeopathy basically is a allied alternative mode of medicine, but it is based on certain scientific principles, like it is based on the principles of law of similars, like how medicine can give symptoms in a healthy person. In the same way the medicine can treat a diseased person. So basically this is the law of homeopathy, that is law of similia similibus curantur, or law of similars. Also, the other important thing of homeopathy is that it is based upon the law of minimum dose. So here we don't give a crude form of medicines or in large chemical quantities, but we work on the theory of dynamization. So by giving the theory of dynamization or potentization, we create the energy in the medicinal properties, and that is how it acts on the diseased person. So the diseased person here, there is some subtle energy in our body which is governing us. So that which is affected, our medicines act on that level, and there is how it helps those people, the diseased person, to recover and fight against the disease process naturally. So this is basically how homeopathy works.
Great, great. So now the disease today that we have taken, I'm sure there are many people who have been affected by it. Everybody in their lifetime once would have had high BP, koi na koi karan ke. Aur kai log hai jo, they have not been able to get rid of it, and it's become like actually a disease which is staying with them. So how can homeopathy help in treating high blood pressure?
So, what is blood pressure basically? It's the pressure which our blood exerts against the arteries, and it varies throughout the day, like depending upon the activities like we do. Like in the morning, it's different. In the afternoon, when we are relaxed, it's different. In the evening, it's different. So, if we a person who is constantly being under high pressure, like throughout the day, without these variations, even still his blood pressure remains high, then he's termed as high blood pressure patient or a hypertensive patient. So what exactly, the heart pumps the blood throughout the artery so that every tissue and cell receives the blood and the oxygen supply. So when this pressure which we measure, it's like the systolic, when the heart pumps the blood, and diastolic is again when it refills. So these two readings are the systolic and the diastolic readings. These are the readings which we take into account. Now, when the blood pressure remains constantly high, about 140/90, the normal range is 120/80 mm of Hg. But when it goes continuously above 140/90, then we label it as hypertensive. So, in a person who is constantly under high blood pressure, who is taking the conventional mode of treatment, like the allopathy medicines, so with that, we need we can treat them with homeopathy medicines. Like homeopathy acts on the root cause of the disease, and it like there are various factors which are responsible for high blood pressure, like mental stress, then certain disease which are there, like thyroid or diabetes can also cause high blood pressure. So these all affect constantly, this can be a cause of high blood pressure. So in homeopathy also, we first try to find out what is the cause, and then we give our medicines accordingly.
Right. So you kind of try to understand the reason why the blood pressure beyond just, looking at it as a disease. So I think that's the most beautiful things of these therapies is where they try to actually identify whether it's the mind, whether it's, just the
Yes.
body, how it is affected. So
Yes.
that's great. Yeah. So, okay, then how does homeopathy address the root cause? Like you're saying, like once you understand that, yes, it is because of stress or it is because of certain mind conditions. So how do you try to address them with homeopathy?
See, in homeopathy, we consider the person as a whole.
Hmm.
So we first take into consideration his physical and mental makeup. Here, we take a complete history of the patient, and our medicine is based on the theory of this, personal individualization. Like we try to understand the person, how this person takes his stress, how he manages, how he responds to stress, also his interpersonal relation, because that is also a very important thing which affects the person's thinking, his relationship and everything. So first we try to find out what are his stress factors, what is the cause which is affecting him, other than like certain disease process like thyroid per se, or any other primary cause, like in certain cases where there are other factors also which are constant anxiety, or fear factor. What is the main cause which is leading him to this condition? Then his diet, because diet also plays a very important role in this. Then lifestyle, like there is lack of physical activities, like the nature of his job, if he's constantly sitting and doing. So considering all these things, and after proper going through the individual, like his mental and physical makeup, we try to go to the root cause, just not by considering the end product of the disease. Yeah, there are certain cases like where heart, like we try to find out there is a arrhythmia or something else, heart problems or something which is causing this disease, or like in certain cases where there is a or something else which is affecting us.
Right. Okay, so I think that's again, as I said, I have been to homeopaths and I have not seen anybody ask me so much information about myself than what the homeopathic. I kept wondering that there was first I was asked to fill a form, and then even when I was inside the consultation, there were so many questions, and sometimes, so I really feel it's a beautiful combination of trying to understand the mind, the body, right from my childhood till now, whatever I have gone through was being captured. So that's
Exactly.
why I thought that, kahin na kahin, so they will be able to identify
Yeah,
the
because we need to find out the trigger factors. Like
Right.
there are various personalities. Like some person may keep on brooding about his past,
Right.
which he will not disclose it with somebody else. He must be a reserved person. So these things suddenly they affect our thinking and the way we react to it. So that may lead to his underlying disease condition.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I would say that my, even after I started Naturefit, I interacted more and more with homeopaths, and my respect for the science overall has really increased leaps and bounds. That koi
Exactly.
bhi, I think other than my, mother or my close people, nobody knows so much about me the amount a
Exactly.
homeopath understands and tries to, get to the root cause. So really, it's a commendable job done by the doctors. So, what are some practical tips for incorporating homeopathic remedies, or there are certain things that we can inculcate on our daily routine to, kind of take care of all of this? Because I think each one of us is going to go through the stress, and some things are inevitable that we are that is happening around us. So, how do you think a combination of homeopathy plus a few other things can help us
Exactly.
combat what we are facing in a day-to-day life?
Exactly. Like if a person is being diagnosed with high blood pressure, he is taking allopathy medicines. No worries. You can consult a homeopathic doctor, and the doctor will analyze you. He'll go through your history, and he'll start on you with homeopathic medicines. And slowly, it takes a bit time, but the requirement of allopathy medicines will slowly come down. You don't have to stop your allopathy medicines
Absolutely.
immediately. Slowly, as and when with the follow up of your with your physician, slowly the requirement of your body will come down, because we, as I told earlier, also the root cause has been found out, and then it has been targeted. So with the help of that, your blood pressure starts normalizing, and once that is there, your doctor will slowly stop your allopathic medicines. Now, other than this, yes, you need to follow a healthy lifestyle. As your everybody knows, ki, eating proper diet, healthy food with less of fats, because that also adds to your blood pressure, less of salt intake, and no processed foods, no junk foods. And yes, you must follow yoga and pranayam, because as we have seen today, ki yoga and pranayam, they act on your subtle level, and it helps you to reduce the anxiety, stress, and you're dealing with the situations is very well done through that. Yes, so I would really inculcate, or even going in for some your proper routine, like some form of physical activity should be inculcated in your daily routine.
Right.
And do try with homeopathy, because in a long run it will really help you to even reduce the side effects of certain allopathy medicines, though they are needed. But the side effects which you can't avoid it can be somewhere helped through homeopathy.
Right. And people believe that homeopathy will take a lot of time. Is it that it takes really a lot of time? Like,
It's a myth actually, because see, if it's a acute disease which comes up suddenly, our medicines act on that as well. We have seen fever going within few hours and everything. But if the disease per se is chronic, then even with allopathy medicines you're taking, it's like a lifelong thing. So
right.
why with homeopathy you claim it takes
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So
But
I, yeah.
there are certain emergency conditions where our pathy itself says ki we need to take help of allopathy, like in emergency situations with a really high blood pressure and all, which has suddenly risen up very acutely. There you have to take allopathy medicines. You
Right.
can't avoid it.
Right.
Yes, because those are termed as life-saving drugs.
Right, right.
You have to take it.
Yeah. So I think definitely, as you rightly said, the situation demands that whether you need to address it immediately, and
Exactly.
parallelly you could always go for homeopathy and
Yes.
take care of the thing in a longer run. But immediate, so I always, when I started Naturefit, I always say that allopathy is for emergency, you know,
Exactly.
and but then these are the actual therapies which
Yes.
can save you to consume that medicine on a daily basis across your life. Like as
Yes.
you said कि वो पूरी जिंदगी दवाई खाना या फिर एक साल या whatever time that therapy is taking कि वो देखे, and I try to get it and get the root cause sorted out. That's very important. Even talking, like I remember, going through some of the cases, and there were like people have never shared what they shared with a homeopath, and both it was like a burden. And once they release it out there, sometimes that is the only reason they are not well. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that those are
Actually.
the things which it's really really interesting that there is a medicine that you give, but then you work more on the mind. You work on their issues, their interpersonal, as you rightly said.
Yes.
So great to hear from, and I think more and more people should know that, homeopathy can take care of most of the chronic diseases if followed under the guidance of, the right practitioner. And also there is some kind of a effort which we have to make to take the medicines and follow what has been told in all lifestyle changes and everything that, as you rightly said. So thank you so much, Dr. Rashmi, and I think it was wonderful spreading the word of homeopathy through you. And we would look forward to more such sessions and such more topics which we can discuss. And anybody who is watching this can consult Dr. Rashmi on Naturefit platform. We will share the profile link in the description, and we'll look forward to presenting more such sessions. Yeah.
Thank
So
you
thank
so
you so
much.
much. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, and it is my honor
Mm,
to get a platform where even I can, speak about and spread this knowledge. Let everyone get the benefit out of it.
yes, ma'am. So
Thank
let
you.
nature heal you. Yeah. So that's the
Yes.
mission.